from mid-ground. They're going to decide to rotate early, though. They're not in zone just yet, dropping just a few layers, but every layer you do drop, that's a box saved on mats. So moving diagonally this way is very smart, but also risky because you have a little bit less of protection from front. You just saw there Nyrox trying to get double sniped off of his position, but is dynamic in his box, saves that up. Utility now getting split from each duo, making sure each person has a nice exit plan in case that fire alarm sounds in their game and stuff hits the fan. Nyrox going to be looking out, up and around for any vantage points. 5th circle to 6th is that kind of stalemate time where you can look for picks. He gets a nice 33 damage shot on a duo moving down bottom. Aqua looking through his pyramid, looking for any information up on the map as well.
Yeah, and they're just trying to chill. They're just trying to hang out right now, doing everything they can to keep whatever amount of space and to get over on the far side of the zone right away. And that's one thing we've talked about a number of times. When these moving zones come in and you have utility, you want to pop it, get far side, box up, and then turn and see the rest of the lobby. Here's a prime example of it. That's white damage. Going to follow it up right away with the stink grenade. You don't get away from that. He's going to continue pouring down the pressure, and that is Blood X of E11 going down on the side. Brilliantly done, but can they convert onto it? The Storm will move past it, so they want to go over and try and get whatever mats as well as that siphon on it.
Once again, EU is so good at just using their utility and following up with the shots. Nyrox now going down, unfortunately, could not cover his head up top. Very still smart plays there, playing off of his thing, saving that last one until he had damage rather than just using it for an impact in the game. Always make sure you're milking the most out of the stuff you have in your inventory. Benji now still alive with Savage, looking for a reload while the wall goes down. Very unfortunate there. That small mag size of the infantry rifle proving to be fatal in terms of getting that elimination point. Benji and Savage now in the same box, and caught up in a big community rift. Chapek's going down, getting knocked all the way. Not sure in the rift or beforehand. That Elam coming through, though, that shield will go back up once that server starts moving and the Storm goes over that down enemy.
So he actually got knocked because that was the shot that he hit right before on him. That was the 87 tick. The Storm ended up then ticking him over and then getting it. That was that extension where it's a minute after you've damaged someone. But we have our top 15, so 3 placement points going out to everyone. The Fishies getting those as well, so on 5 points so far from this match. And also still 2 Shadow Bombs with a lot of mats, so they're going to be able to play for late as Andretta gets picked up. So did get the top 3 points going there from top 15, but not anything more there. Majin provoked on the mid tarp. You see I'm the Beast and Magis Kapos on the high ground above him. Takeoffs just below. Zappy and Red Rush, another duo who have already qualified, just below. Anonymous 27, not to be confused with Anonymous 72. Just below Dementos here as he's tarping towards the side, trying to make it into the top 10.
A lot of mid-ground tarps coming out now. The zone will start moving in more awkward ways. A little bit of time for Dementos at the moment to see if he can put pressure down up top or down below. Putting vertical pressure upwards as a mid-ground tarper is very, very hard. His duo is down, but does have 6 eliminations. Pay over there. These guys have 8 in total. Looks like it's going to be 9 now, unless, no, it was just a finish on Dementos. He's going to be going over on his tarp once again.
But it got him into the top 10, so it's fine that it wasn't his conversion because he still gets 2 points going there from knocking that team out right as the teammate went over. Now Dementos trying to find some room. So far they have gotten 13 points from this match, but they need to pick up the pace there. We saw the top duo was on 60 plus, being up 44. Needs every possible point as 27 picks up Trox. Dementos still trying to tarp over, edits himself back in, finds an angle, but immediately gets cut off. Provoked finds the conversion onto 27, and Dementos is just going to chill, popping that utility. And again, we've talked about it, just so many more risks and time you get there. As I'm just going to drop down, start to get test. 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots. Can he find it? 4. Finally gets it after using 6 of the 10 combat shots there, but stops Provoke and gets him into the top 5. That could have end up being huge, but Pulsate and I'm the Beast working top down right now. Look at the chaos on the low ground. Tohaj being picked up by Benji Fishy, and Evade ADDZ adds, closing him out there. Another player who has played in the skirmishes before. Beast trying to find whatever space he can. Dementos blowing up. Adds there as now it's a 1v2. Dementos in the bottom right. I'm the Beast in the top right with his partner, Magis Pulse. And there for the high ground, Dementos goes. Launchpad straight up. Max Blighthead comes in. Can he build it away? Magis pops him off. Dementos tried to get back in the zone, but Magic Pulse brilliantly done, so well executed, and that is why they're on the top, sitting up there currently with the 62 points.
What a close match going right down to the wire. One more shot is all he needed there, but it was not possible, did not connect. The duo does hold it down. Once again, this pattern, very, very smart solo play there, making sure he can pick up all the eliminations before the game ends, even though it's a 1v2 spot right here. Now we got Nauka and MXR, who are both chilling in their big base. Looks like next to Stormline as well, one of the best positions you can be in. Very, very nice loadout there for them as well. They've got the long-range beam, the follow-up with the drum as well, and that crucial combat shotgun, which did get nerfed a little bit on this patch, but it's still the fire rate and that swap delay coming off allows you to make so many cool plays. They both are sitting on 0 eliminations at the moment, so they must make this effort to catch up near the end of the game.
Yeah, and just one thing in terms of the combat shotgun change, I feel like it's kind of mitigated just because of the removal of the shotgun timer. It ends up allowing you to kind of do, a lot of people call it the TPU Classic, where you're ramping out and you're able to effectively tarp and shoot at the same time with very minimal amount of exposure. And I think it sort of makes up for the slight change in the range in terms of the tiles and how much damage it does to the combat, still being very, very, very strong in the current meta. But you can see MXR being able to push in, trying to find the conversion. Is some pressure from above and just goes for it. Gianni Jr. showing why he's not Gianni Sr. being taken down there outside the top 20. No placement points for you and a lot of time wasted in that lobby.
Just a dope reaction there to look up and then look straight up or straight ahead of himself. MXR just carrying that fight right there. Yuntos and Ryu now getting focused by the whole server. Very unfortunate when this happens. Stinks coming down as well, so that's going to be a very, very hard situation to get out of. Ryu now going down. Heiko getting his third elimination, putting him and Ono Kill together on the same or on 4 eliminations there, making sure their points get counted up. 35 points total at the moment. That placement point's going to be coming in 4 more duos coming down. 35 people left alive, so that zone surge will also be an option as well.
Yeah, and that was a high-value stink. And that's one thing you talk about, you know, it feels really unfortunate when you're getting focused by the whole server, but the reason you're getting focused by the whole server is because you're in an obvious 1x1 that was just rebuilt without priority on the next zone. If everyone is going to focus you, it's much easier to just pile in. You can hear the Rift go off left eye, trying to hit it, trying to do everything he can. Will end up finding it there. Storm Surge is active as we have 18 duos left and 34 players, so pretty much everyone has a buddy with them.
And then, yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a stacked team-based endgame at the moment. A lot of 4-gun loadouts also coming in together right now. Dan Zizzle going down on Shadow Nades. A lot of multiple high ground tarps. A lot of them go down. Cazorla is going to be up top. 1 Shadow Nade left on Heiko at the moment. Andre going down from Cazorla's high ground pick. He gets finished off. Heiko gets that big reward off of it, the mats, the utility, campfires as well for the end game. Pickaxe is coming full swing, making sure every wall is theirs before they set on the next move. Not quite in zone yet, but that tunnel will be very, very proficient. We're talking about those combat changes as well before. That also changes the range of engagement, as now we have more ARs. The style of the game and how it actually flows as more people are basing up to shoot rather than shooting on the fly if they're not going to be able to box fight, changes the way people move around the map as well.
And it kind of has given a little bit of a resurgence, what we've seen so far, to the drum gun. It allows the drum gun to have a little bit more of that mid-range feel to it, to where it is going to out-prioritize the combat shotgun, whereas before the drum gun very much so got forced out in terms of effectiveness as we hit our top 15, so 3 points going over from everyone, because why run a drum gun when you can have an FSA rifle and then the combat? But now there really is kind of a space that's between, like, it's closer to like 4 to 9 tiles where the drum gun just shreds. And even now you can see, boom, tack AR, turn about face, 2 elims right there for Johnny Boy and Cazorla. Brilliantly done. Once those will end up tick over, they do have the top 15 as well, as Dan Hizzle gets forced out of the lobby. Proxima Star also gets down and everyone gets pulled up into the sky. We're closing in. Boom, top 10 next placement threshold.
6 chunk splashes still left. We haven't seen them use to their full potential just yet in these endgame storm heal-off scenarios. Proxima Star not going down, the high ground star of the last few games that we saw. A lot of wood builds means that these spam weapons are going to pack a wallop, as Johnny Boy gets another knockoff on Ibuhai, the baller player we saw from the other game as well. These rapscallions being sneaky, moving around in brick, metal, and wood. A lot of these big mats now finally coming out, making sure that spam gets stopped down, but more pressure vertically being put down as layer switches come down from their opponents as well. Johnny Boy getting that pickup, maybe not the elimination there, as Onokill also gets another one on top.
Yeah, and it was a really good try from Janus there to disengage, dropping back down, but unfortunately was spotted. But Team Queso lighting up the top left as Zohan was able to find 3 elims, make it a 4th, as the Spaniards are just dragging their way almost into the top 5. But now Cazorla doing everything he can on the side of the zone. Johnny Boy is still up as well. Great 130 shot in the immediate replace. Kind of upset he didn't try and follow it up right away, but he does. That was Fury Legend. Proxima Stars duo is going to get taken out and outside of the top 5. So that's 2 points is leaving down there. 1 chug splash is tossed out there as we're closing in. 9 players left, 6 duos remaining, Shot.
Yayas has all the pressure on him now to get that last placement spot. He is low on HP, but it is kind of free for that. Once again, it goes through 4 duos left now. MXR still alive. His dual partner as well is going to be a big fight on the low ground, and 1 person confirming things from the high ground. Low ground, though, we do have almost 11 chug splashes available as these boxes get bursted into. Onokill going down to MXR. Another quick flick. Yayas going down. He tried to come off from high ground. Maybe he ran out of mats, but nothing worked out for him there. A 4-gun loadout. That heavy sniper still being available. Priority reload on it as well. 3 duos left. Looks like Nauka is down at the moment. MXR moving up on the highest priority ground right now. There might be someone higher than him actually at the moment. Heiko and Johnny Boy on the bottom as well with Cazorla. We'll see what they can do. MXR is going to be controlling this fight at the moment. Heiko, these chug splashes coming down from Johnny Boy and Cazorla. They have so many to use amongst themselves. They're finally going to run out. They're going to be a little bit late on the storm. Heiko going down. Johnny Boy and Cazorla are going to be fighting it out against each other as well. MXR is going to be pressured from the top. Johnny Boy goes down. Cazorla now has to avenge his dual partner and see what can be done here. Both people taking storm kicks. MXR coming down, but the heavy sniper is not enough as Cazorla wins that game out all the way, tarping in from that low ground position, making sure he pops off at the right moment, making the best decisions possible, clutching out that game for his dual partner.
It was all about the chug splashes. You called it early, but he went, he hung out on the low ground, and even though he got the siphon, EMXR was not able to close out the match just because he held zone, had the chug splashes, and everything he needed. And that's something, again, a new mechanic. You can throw it, you can use it on your teammate. But because it's instantaneous HP, it changes what has now kind of been something that's been really solid in the meta for a long time. When you get to end game,
o sea, le robó los matches al otro, no lo tiene como 5 entonces. Si hubiera ganado otros 5, podría haber ganado la partida, pero como güey, no lo tiene casi nadie, casi más.
To close this match out, but it's just not enough, and now we're gonna throw it back into the studio to Zeke.
Thank you guys so much, man. European action just never disappoints. Again, Sanan describing the chug splash recent edition. I think there's still more to this we haven't seen. I think players are still kind of developing strategies with it, and I want to see how they continue to improve upon using that splash. Now, of course, guys, before we go to break, let's take a look at the standings together. Let's get a sense of where things are, because we're moving into this final block of games. Right now, as it stands, the Lestream duo of Sky and Vato are sitting in that number 1 spot. Now, you have talked about this, all right? You said these guys have been edged out several times, and the most recent time was to the Solary entire squad. You got to think they want revenge, right? They want in.
Yeah, in week 6 it was Hunter, Kinstar, and Airwax and Nikov, and then in week 8 it was, of course, Hunter and Kinstar again. But I mean, 2 duos weeks in a row, they got 9th place. Finally, Skype had some success in week 9 in the solos, so it seems that that success is carrying through here. They have 3 games remaining, 65 points. And this is just awesome there. Of course, we look down the list as well. Y and TJ, they've been through, you know, the entire 10 weeks. We've been following slightly. They're almost pushing up there. And of course, Y had some pop-off performances beforehand the World Cup even started. And then we watched Magisk and I'm the Beast. Their performance there, we haven't seen too much of a movement here yet. This is where we left them off in that game, and they're still obviously probably playing. We'll see if that updates, if they move back into that first place, and then moving down the list. Basically, so we have Wolfies and Rojo, they keep moving down and slowly going down, so there is 4 spots up for grabs. And something that's different though, no Stompy and Shinken, no Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage, they're down here right now, but they're not taking up these spots. So it is the top 4. that are going to be going through. And since queues are about to close, we're about to start getting into those final matches. This is looking like
Y después, ahorita en Europa.
Well, what's scary
Yo no
too
quiero
is
ni a
strike
nadie.
from 10 to first is only 7 points. It's only 7 points. A straight up victory royale is going to get you that 10-point threshold. If one elimination along the way, from 10th, you're jumping into contest number 1. So we'll have to see how things unfold. But for now, Fortnite fan, we are going to go to a short break. Get up, stretch legs. Come right back, though, because we have more Fortnite action after this.
Let's fly down to the lobby. Let's fly down to the lobby. Let's fly down to the lobby to get your squad some numbs.
Cosa 4 minutos va. So, no echamos una partida. Y luego, eso mierda. En 2 horas, yo, 2 horas, 2 fucking horas. Dos fucking horas viene a la pinche allí en la East. Eso en lo que son 4 minutos, o sea, esperamos 4 minutos y después de los 4 minutos, bueno, o sea, vamos a meternos, ir a pisos, o sea, es una partida y ya, no venimos de vuelta. A ver la pinche mierda de la East. A ver, ¿a dónde vamos? Vamos a... acá. Vamos a estar esperando 4 minutos para lo de... ¿cómo se llama? La pinche semana de... Eso. Por la casa de mi casa, yo okay. A mí no me toca este sniper, a mí me ha sacado ahora este sniper, no me toca. No me toca. Tuvo que haber caído gente porque tuvo que haber caído. No, esto no era. Voy a ver si me llevo los gliders. Voy a tener acá. Bien. digo, pues. No, 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 no. No sé si se arruina este güey. Creo que no se arruina este. Espera, por si acaso. Wow. Sabía que no se lo había venido este güey. Ah, yo todavía en la montaña también. Nunca hay gente arriba. Me acabo de mamar con la fucking boogie bomb. Wow. Song light as fuck. Ahora es un escudo grande. Awesome. Si me matan, pues vamos a ver. A ver, pues ya como tiros o disparos. No le da, man. Fuck, bueno. Fuck, ya va como 6 kills. Me da 4, 5, si no te da 2, 6. Me tengo que curarme, si no te das ya 7. A ver. Lo que me tardé eran más de 4 minutos.
Obviously, you want to try and make placement. That's huge, but every extra elimination is going to make the difference on impacting that leaderboard. And I'm sure this is things they're thinking about, right? I'm just thinking aloud right now. Oh, perfect. Cassery gets traded out there, trying to make a late rotation. Not today, friend, not today.
What we saw earlier, I mean, they're only at 35 points in this game, but we saw Camo and Issa with that crazy performance to try to push them up in the leaderboards. They weren't in the top 10 last we looked, but, you know, those performances are the one that really push you, not just 1, 2 spaces, but really 5, 10, 20 even in some cases.
That's right, and look up top, FaZe Warwick and Atlantis Tux. They've got themselves the high ground advantage, which is huge. It's going to make a difference. Look at this. Someone trying to challenge, and immediately they say, we need to bail out. This is not the strategy. And Razny gets shredded like shooting fish in a barrel, comes right out of the sky, and the elimination is confirmed.
And this is even with the changes to the combat shotgun, the effectiveness at range getting dropped a little bit, but Warman not doing anything, not worried about it at all. But here, Tux is going to be fighting for height. I think Warman and his teammates need to start pressuring and stop this, but oh my goodness. Is going to find that elimination just there. Sloopy not going to find a height. Still going to be on Tux and Vorwin. Advantage to them.
Cracker Ball right out in front. He drops the player and gets some blue damage numbers. Remember, that's on shield. If it's white damage numbers, they've got no shield. Tuck's gonna okay! Poseidon! Juve just gets ripped as well. People are just being picked off left and right. More shots!
I mean, at a certain point, Zeke, it's, do I even want to glide up there? But hold on, because somebody does go into zone and make a play for height, and that's gonna be the signal for Tux and Vorwin to drop down. But as he says that, he's got a partner in crime going down. Nepsi cannot go parallel to Tux. Vorwin still has it, though.
This is huge, too, because he didn't have many builds, and that Elim gave him a ton, so now he can actually go try and meet back up with Vorwin, see how things are going. And I mean, Tux and Vorwin, they're playing out of their minds right now.
Eso no tan arriba, todo más abajo. Que quedan como un 10.
So many people in that mid-ground tarp that are now engaging.
Estamos también, ya es 5 puntos.
Eliminations between them.
No tiene muchos matches.
Top 10, 2 rounds.
Eso, no tiene muchos matches, pero...
What in the world? A 14-point game, all 15-point game.
Otra eliminación es la más grande. Unos matches tan ricos.
Making their way towards one of those that will push them up the leaderboards. They're at 66 right now, and maybe making a case for them to go to New York. Fremont and Kong, a little bit of a break right here. They're going to go drop those turrets out, make sure that that's not going to be in the trap rotation. He's going to get it. The trap doesn't go. Oh, yes, he did go in, but not going to manage to do it. Finds Rasco regardless, and now down below. I don't know if they're going to be able to all survive. Right now, Fremont does go down, and it's now Tux and Vorwin against Edwin on his own. Tux goes down and already finds the shots, and that's going to be the victory royale for Tux and Vorwin.
They played that so well, right? Like, they just waited. They knew, and especially 8 eliminations. An 18-point game, this is massive. This also, we saw the other duo was at 62 points. They're now at 66, so you got to think they're contesting for at least top 5, but for them to realize, like, look, everyone's down below. They're all fighting on that low ground tarp. Let's just hang out in the sky. Let's just do what we do best, wait this out. And, of course, everyone, like fish in a barrel, comes to them. But look at this. Stompy and Shinken here. The little thin pancake who belongs in my heart forever. I mean, these guys, I don't know what else I could say about these guys. Like, the fact that they've been on top of the leaderboards weeks in a row. You've got to think this is a favorite going to Fortnite World Cup Finals. You have to.
I think, you know, I'm looking at everybody using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup and all the predictions going in for New York, all the different personalities starting to make their opinions known. Everybody is putting Stompy and Shinken way up there, if not first, in second, because they are dominating week after week, and I think we are in for a treat in this game because they're getting close, and they're in the end game, and this is, honestly, I think this might be the first time we've seen them. And you know what they do in end games, Zeke. It is crazy, clinical Fortnite.
They absolutely terrorize the lobby. They just, everything they do is about how can they get an edge up, and then they make sure they're almost like squeezing the life out of you very slowly, right? Suffocating is like the word my mind went to, but it's kind of just like they're bringing the wall.
It is that.
It is that, right?
Because like when they do find an opportunity, they pounce so hard and so fast, and you have no time to react, and they just come from multiple angles, just like this. Stompy from above, Shinken on the bottom, and he already takes down 1 carries exactly. You see Shinken switching to him right now. He actually can get right behind him, and he finds it, but does now need to make sure that nobody is going to take advantage of the fact that Stompy is down. You can see immediately editing him down all the way because he needs to change positions. Everybody knows they just got an elimination in that box. And I think Freddy and Snag right here are going to see if they can take advantage here. They're definitely getting a loot, so maybe that's enough for them.
I think they're going to get the revive up, and don't forget, Shinken actually has a Chug Jug in inventory, so he's going to be completely okay. He passes it over to Stompy. This is good. Now they have to have the 15 seconds. This is where things can get a little crazy, right? Because we saw the duo up above. If they decide to challenge, Stompy is not in fighting condition right now.
A note there that Stompy went so far away from where that initial fighting was and goes all the way to the farthest spot, not only for the zone, but also for anybody trying to find out where you are. And here comes the launch pad from Stompy. They're going to move ahead. Ooh, a nice little short launch there by accident even, but I'll take it if I'm Stompy.
Absolutely. And just to reiterate your point,
no te tomes el escudo todavía, man. Puedes agarrar una eliminación
They know what a Chug Jug sounds like. Those sound cues are so very distinct. If you're sitting in a box and you hear that sound down below, you're like, we're going down. Let's make some edits. Someone's on critical. We're going to take him out, and that's why he moved so far away to make sure no one knew what was going on. So huge. 23 duels left. 39 players. Right now, they're making a rotation. You've got people out in front, which is good, and they're still staying close by, which is really going to maximize their efficiency here. A lot of people going down in the lobby as well.
I think staying close by is something we're actually not really used to seeing from Stompy and Shinken. We see them trying to take over the lobby and get as many opportunities as possible, but what is that from Stompy? I mean, but one of the things that is very important here to note is their mobility is starting to look scarce. All that we see on Stompy right now is that glider redeploy. They already used their shadow bombs, the launch pads, because of the So here, staying together, making. Oh my goodness, he found
got a rift.
As I say that, the rift to go, the almost most valuable item at this point in the game, because not only are people rotating in the congested zones, but they're not looking up, because that first portion of the movement, everybody is looking to see, where do I need to go next?
And they've got a great bird's eye view, right? They're slowly descending up. We've got Alpha, they're going to drop down, but look, so now they're going to make the decision. We have to contest.
Oh, they know.
Someone just brought the entire structure down. This is, it depends on what they decide to do. Look at Stompy, he's already trying to contest for the high ground. And Shinken had to stop for just a moment to get that many out. He's got the Shadow Bomb, but I don't think he wants to use this right now. He gets cracked from behind. The Slurp is still ticking right now. He's just got to get himself into safety. He doesn't have any other utility baller like a campfire that would help him right now.
Yeah, but possibly Stompy does, and he's right on top of him now, so great.
Shadow.
To each other, almost in another elimination. First finding it before moving out, he gets stuck in the cone, but he's got to cover himself first. Does end up going down the zone, so perfect play here from Shinken, and he's moving forward. And they did get in the top 15 just now as well with those 2 eliminations.
And just the way that Shinken is like fluidly chaining eliminations back to back. And remember, if you don't finish that player off, there's a little bit of time before that siphon comes through. There's a player in the box! It doesn't even matter! Nevi gets shut down! They're on 11 eliminations right now. They're about to hit top 10 Bala. They're playing out of their freaking minds!
Nevi, one of those players who was him and his teammate from Evade. And getting shut down here from Stompy and Shinken, 2 people who have already qualified, who are not playing for qualification spots, but playing for keeps. Right now, they're showing off why they should be at the top of the leaderboard. And we just talked about it. We were like, where's Stompy and Shinken? Because there's nobody who's qualified at the top of the leaderboard like we're used to seeing. But maybe after this game, things are going to change. But the heavy snipey coming in. Heavy snipey?
Snipey, yeah, absolutely. Snipey coming through. Now, don't forget, they're also at 66 points. We've seen 3 duos now with that point value. And look at this, Stompy's got to chain together these eliminations. Shinken is down, but it's okay. Stompy's been in decisions like this before. He knows how to clutch these games up. The campfire is rolling, Bala. He's getting back in that rhythm.
Getting back in that rhythm and achieving top 5 right there. That last placement threshold before the victory royale. So all he has to do.
There we go, the T-dual doors! Okay, I'm going to lose my freaking voice after today. I'm telling you right now. Stompy and Shinken are putting on a show. The European queues are done as well. It's a free-for-all right now. Also, Pewds goes down a rocket from up above, Bala.
Just barely dodging that. And now he's up to 10, 15 total for this duel. It's a 1v1v1. He's hunting the player down on low ground, but he can't get in the zone. I think that's going to be the end because Katsus is looking right at him. Now,
este güey tiene poca vida, por menos que use la fogata.
Wall in front of him, using the chug splash and the campfire. I don't think it's going to be enough because the player probably has more in the tank, but he's going to come down. Is it going to happen? No. Massey is going to win that game against Cactus. Over the heel off there, and that is just an unbelievable sequence of events. We followed Stompy and Shinken from the beginning, and look where they ended up. 15 eliminations.
Qué mierda, de otros 10 hacemos. Y un poquito de lo que están haciendo ahí hacemos nosotros.
Of why we need to be scared of them going into New York City.
That ain't no little tiny thin pancake, bro. That's a big old beefy pancake covered in delicious syrup. You like to see it. Of course, guys, there's more. We've got more games hopping in right now. Got Dervig and his dual partner. They've got their eyes set on another dual box. I believe they've got double heavy snipes. That's why we ping this out. A single shot's gonna come out and wait for it. Okay, so they're gonna break this wall. They want to get a little bit of a better vantage point. That's smart, right? Because they're over that little lip there. Nope, they're not there. But now you've made the heavy sniper known, right? Now this other duo is like, well, they're looking to take shots. You know, the panic launch pad.
I don't necessarily know if that's.
Se acaban de chingar el
They're
chino.
in the side of zone. making their way in, and you can see now Drivig and his teammate Waldo are going to go in, but he box fights indeed, gets wet right out of there, no chance to react at all. And that is something that you can catch people by surprise, is they're trying to make that rotation, right? They're trying to figure out what their plan is to go forward. And because of that, they're all looking around. They're not paying attention to the fact that they're not covered. They're not paying attention and listening to the fact that there's a heavy sniper coming in, or just a pickaxe even, from one of the most obvious locations right above you.
And I mean, you saw them.
Debe tener buena posición. Puede tener un boloncho y tiene puede
use
todo el
that rip to
mundo.
reposition and get to go close back together. Got Marcote here and Squalls.
Y si le toman el boloncho es una boogie para quitarle a alguien.
Excuse me, Marcote here has got 6 eliminations. Again, this is almost unusual, Balla, because I feel like, you know, semifinals are typically the day where you find a ton of players sitting on mountains of eliminations, right? Borderline double digits at times. But on finals day, very rarely you see that happen. You see eliminations be picked up toward the end, right? When you break that placement barrier, and then you're like, I'm just going to catch people making late rotations. But that's not been the case today. You can tell players they're ready. They are so hungry. They want those tickets.
You can almost feel the pressure that they're feeling, that they're playing with. Right? The high
Aaron es lo del dúo de las finales de lo de la competencia de la semana 10 de dúos. Ahora que te dije que había una semana 10 de dúos, pues eso. Espérate, estoy viendo esto.
That's right. Remember, we recently saw the highest point value we've seen is 66. So we know that's like, we'll say top 10 at best right now. But
puta, cuánta gente hay en el aire, mano.
Everyone in the sky all hanging out. May have been a rift to go, a community launch pad, a potential guy. Yeah, right there over by the hot spots. Right now, Alphen, Mark, they're just chilling, trying to find more eliminations. Any at all would be helpful. They find one.
That stink bomb coming to great effect.
Para mí que no se tome el juego grande.
It was a perfect opportunity to use it because, as we saw, there were so many players in the sky, and those players in the sky are all going to end up being low because of everybody else looking right up at them. So a good opportunity for a lot of people to find eliminations there, but going to opt to rift as they start to get pressured, and as the 7th zone starts to move.
Tienen que agarrar high ground.
This is going to be
porque no hay nadie viendo para arriba, tienen que agarrar high ground.
We're fighting in that biome that's like forest.
Los que están arriba están viendo para abajo y disparando para abajo. Ahí pueden agarrar high ground y matar a los de arriba.
They're in this game, and remember, they are looking to qualify. Wolfies and Rojo, we saw them earlier, right? They were in top 5. They're still here with 65 points.
For some context, when we first checked in, it was Wolfies and Rojo who were in the top spot, but they did get overtaken by Vato and Skype, so this might actually come to a head. Those two teams in this game. Here's Wolfies.
Buena, rematar. Buena. Salí, buena. Ahora, esperarlo. Buena, agarra la fogata.
Even using the turret there, I mean, I'm wondering if that was a panic or an accident. But it's going to work out perfectly because if anybody was playing down below, he actually doesn't have to spend a cone there. It's not going to go down. It gives you extra HP on that floor.
And look, dude, they're still in this. Sky and Vato, they're in that middle ground tarp. They're actually going toe-to-toe with Wolfies and Rojo right now. This is the duo that they're fighting. So look, they actually have 70 points. This is now the new highest total we have seen. So it must be another 2 points coming in. They've hit top 10. The next threshold they're looking at is top 5 Balla. It's coming down to the wire.
And you can see how careful and calm they are playing.
Este me es bien tonto, está dando todas las curaciones solo porque le pegaron un tiro, man. Pero bueno. No tiene balas en el heavy.
I thought that was Wolfies and Rojo. I thought with my heart of hearts. I believed it. And look at this. Watch the top left. Rojo finds another elimination, so you know he's alive and kicking. They've hit top 5. 75 points over on the Lestream duo. The French-speaking community's got to be losing. You got Mark and Alphen as well. The question is, where is Wolf?
Where
are they in relation to each other? This duo right in front of them very well could be them. Or it could be Alphen and Mark. It depends. I want to see this hide wide, man. I almost want to see a 3-box. I got to know.
Hay una trampa.
Well, the trap going in there is definitely going to de-incentivize Skype and Vato to go in, and there we can see Mark and Alphen up top. Wolfies and Rojo down below. They take out takeoffs. And now it's all time to go right down. They know exactly the situation, but Sky gets taken out right away by Wolfies, and they're still fighting. Bato goes out. Rojo and Wolfies take the win there, and they're still going. There's only 2 players remaining. It's
ya valieron verga. Ya vale verga.
And Smoke, Mark, and Alpin are going to come up from the top and clean up house.
That was insane. They ended with 77 points. That extra 3 points would have probably helped get them to that 80 threshold and just help build that lead. But this is absolutely insane. I think, well, for now, we got to send it back in the studio. We got to meet up with Pookie. We got to see how things are going. So, Pookie, let's send it your way.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I am here in the studio. Those games are absolutely wild. EU is, like always, not disappointing, that is for sure. But I am joined with my good friend Sundown. He has
vaya como amigo. Que sad.
Right here with some of the duos who have been popping off so much today in the last block. First off, we have the VAR duo of Refscar and Hackscore being able to put a ton of work on the mid-game. So first, you can just see catching the players who are trying to rotate through, putting the legendary infantry rifle to work, finding Comey there. But watch what happens on the rest of the mid-ground card. That's one thing we talked about, being ready to fight at all times. Catches Booth right there, 0 ping, won't save you as Refscar, then immediately edits around, checks another angle, gets the cleanup on Idrikil. That wasn't his knock, but the materials that he ends up getting from that was huge. But Hackscore is then covering the other side, was able to get the other part of the Valhalla Vikings, and now they're going to work. Benji Fishy, one of the best players in the world, going down on the backside, brilliantly done, and Hackscore picking up another one on the impact, his way into the top, but wasn't able to close it out. Tux now, on the other hand, was a one-man wrecking crew here. Just watch him going to work on the backside of the storm and putting the combat shotgun to work. I mean, for me, you can tell he's got adjustments there with how Tux is just lasering people. And then that shot was so good, catching Nipsey in shadow form as he dropped down around the side, and he wasn't done yet. Again, we've talked about the power position that is the high ground. When you're able to work from top down, and Tux and Vorin just close out here, making sure he's spaced through the floor to get Edwin. Now, we've seen a duo trying to qualify. Here's a duo who has already qualified and are potentially one of the best in the world for this part of the competition. Now, got the trade off there. Shinken gets the revive onto Stompy. He's sitting currently at 4 elims. They're on 6 right now, but let's start counting, because Stompy is going to go to absolute work, and this is just catching people in rotations and being aware. The quick double right away pushes them up to 8, and that was Melside too on the back side of it. Now they're up to 11 because Shinken but the revive on Stompy ends up being the difference because he's able to push through. Finds Mashus right there, now up to 12 as a duo. You will see Shinken go down on the backside there, so Stompy is just going to continue being a one-man wrecking crew on the tarp, up to 13 as a duo. Heavy snipes his way in, doesn't slow down, and continues pushing the pace, picks it up there, but unfortunately wasn't able to close out for the victory route. Stompy putting on a clinic, showing why he's able to contest for the very top. Now, as we talked about, the queues are closed, but we're not done yet. We want to see those final matches and what's left, Books.
For sure. Now, interestingly enough, I had the opportunity to speak with Stompy the other day. You know, we exchanged a little bit of back and forth about how he's feeling for World Cup. Him and Shinken are practicing 12 hours a day. They are going into this hard, and from what we've seen, it certainly shows.
No te digo, pues que tomar tiempo, y viciados para poder hacer esas mierdas, más, porque nosotros no hemos ni verga, man.
Pookie just flexing all over us right now, talking about how she's talking to Stompy. That's cool. I also talk to players. No, it's not.
Don't cry on us now, but
it's already cried 6 times. All right, Fortnite fan, we are back.
No high ground, tienen high ground solo por la montaña.
Hero and Destiny's Jesus right here.
Mata que estoy viendo esta mierda,
man. Definitely somebody that's been on a lot of people.
No, uno. Estoy viendo esa mierda. Espérense que voy a cortar porque este güey me invitó.
a lot of people's radar because, you know, we all learn from this guy. Everybody's watching his videos because every single day
podían para reventarlos en el aire.
on how to box fight
Bueno,
or how to build
reventó
fight.
uno.
His partner Piro right now, they're slightly split. See if they're going to be able to find any picks on the way in. You find Wolfie. It's not the Wolfies that we saw from the other game. So just to keep that in mind right here.
Different Wolfies. So let's reiterate. We did not look at standings, but we know like 77 points is the highest we've seen at this point. Right? So for Piro and Destiny's Jesus, especially with maybe the last few games, they've got to make some really big things happening. Right now, Piro is saying, don't even worry, fam. We've got you. We're going to pick up eliminations left and right. They've also hit the first round of placement points.
Quedan 2 horas para la mierda esa de Nice, creo. 47 minutos.
Te contrató Vex Clan, Samuel. Vex Evil Split. ¿Cuándo te contrataron?
Ayer.
¿Quién te contrató?
¿Quién más, pendejo? Best Pickaxe.
Dile que me contraten a mí también. Vex Live.
You gotta make a video, man. Nemo.
Me dieron ganas de jugar cuando yo no quiero jugar.
Vos siempre te enojas después. Si te enojas me voy a ir a ver esa mierda de la World Cup.
Es que me está enojando porque está usando el control que no era.
No, después te enojaste porque el pinche wifi no es el que verde. Y... A ver, para acá en el casa del granero. Hay una máquina expendedora ahí. Máquina expendedora de morada. Cae un maje. Cae 2 teams.
Ay, que ahí me mata.
¿Lo mata? Bueno. Quiero ver algo. ¿Qué va? Bueno. Una vez que me tengo que demorar, me da un sorbete, una grieta y una lanzadera. ¿Qué agarra? Sorbete, grieta y lanzadera. Grieta, ¿no? Grieta agarra. Agarra y grieta, man. Cae manzana. Espérate, yo no hay por acá. Yo no hay por dorado. Un chop chop. Me lo tomo. Te como te mando un chop chop.
En vez de darme la mía. Ahí es un niño, llévatelo.
Ok. Aunque llevo vendas, pero... Ahí lleva 3 snipers. Mira que hay más vendas, man. ¿Para qué? Voy a dejar el mini, no. No las vendas. Como una escopeta. Ya tengo una. Luego pongo una fucking escopeta. No importa si es táctica.
Uy, ya, lo perfecto que está.
A ver. Yo ayer te estaba diciendo y te valió verlo. ¿Qué cosa? Me da una R gris, en serio. Una que ya tengo. Creo que van a dar recompensa a este modo arena. O sea, que den los de recompensa, sería bueno. Y que cada tiempo lo resetearan, o sea, digamos, vos llegas, como el FIFA, que vos llegas a oro 1, cosas así. Y después resetean todo, man. Sé que hicieron lo mismo aquí en Fortnite, pero con el modo arena.
Mira que hay una ataúd. Hay piedra, 22. Otro 19. Aquí otro 18. 256. Vale, 130. No, nada, escopeta, no. Mira, mi grupo va a hacer un fusil de tambor, una escopeta y granadas.
Pero por lo menos las escopetas, man, yo no. Sí, a ver si aquí abajo hay. Hay un cofre. Hay otro. Voy a cambiar una R azul. I appreciate that. ¿Por qué lo usabas, man? Ahí lo hubiera dejado. Voy a dejar la campana ahí. Toma, ya te vas. Mira, este man se queda parado ahí, tú, man. No vendes. Aquí no sé, 50 me lo llevo. Madre, nunca te quedes así, loco.
Después de eso lo voy a pagar.
¿Por qué? ¿Ah?
Ya sabes.
Tu madre, ¿qué horas son? 4. Mira que están agarrando esa pija. Sí, vení mejor.
¿Ah?
Vení. Mato uno.
Oh, que tenés un calor, madre mía. ¿Dónde está?
¿Dónde déjalo? Y me mata, men. Soy malo con esa escopeta. Vení, te toca venir. Si puedes venir. Vení, que te puedo. No, me va a rematar, me va a rematar, me va a rematar. Era. Era. 4, 2, 1. Hurto yo. No me soltes, no me soltes, no me soltes, no me soltes. Thank you. Gracias. Me he hecho un big pot. Ok. Ok, trampas. Los looteates a los gays porque ocupo balas. Me da balas de escopeta. Tenés, tomate ese. Y ya no, balas de escopeta. Pero cerrá ahí, man. El otro donde cayó.
Vamos a ver, yo lo maté. Acá arriba está. No te preocupes, yo tengo la mano.
Tengo ahorita ya, man.
Se va a pasar. Viste que sirvieron esta granada aquí.
Hay un botiquín, menos. 3 botiquines, menos yo.
La voy a tener que dejar.
20, tengo ahorita. No te que llevo. Ahí va los players, vení. Acá hay más gente en moto ahí. Ven, bolancho.
Déjalos ahí, déjalos.
Oh, tío, vámonos pasando. Oh, tío, acá hay gente ahí. Fuck. Acá hay más, aquí hubo una pelea. Vamos a ver, a rasguñarlo.
Me llama, mira.
¿Dónde? Dámela, güey, por favor. Copo el loot. No, las balas. Dale, llévate eso, las vendas las dejamos. Más si nos hacemos una torre aquí. No, man. Espérate, no quites, no lo quites. Vámonos. Sí. Ahora pongo esto aquí y pongo una acá arriba. Ya. No, hombre. Es que vos bien tonto, me dejas de editar. Sí. Vale.
Creo que hay gente.
Mira, no puedo esta mierda. ¿Dónde?
Atrás de ese árbol.
¿De cuál?
Ahí lo marqué. Por allá. Ahí. Allá va, mira.
No, ya lo vi. El sniper no alcanza ahí.
Los compañeros no fin de foco.
Ahí está picando el árbol. Loco, ya, ¿me esperas? Me quedo aquí. Ya vengo antes de un minuto. Ya vengo.
¿Qué estás haciendo? Está muerto. ¿Qué ven?
Ya vine, bro, ya vine.
Dale un segundo para la sangre.
Vámonos. Bajemos por acá. No es por ahí. Baja por aquí. Baja por aquí abajo.
Nos vamos.
Sí, vení. Baja por acá abajo. Vámonos a pie.
Vamos a esta montaña.
Venite, aquí ya estamos en zona. Pegámonos a la montaña. No puedo llegar ahí, en serio. Ahí está. Venga, gente, una voz más, No, que tenemos que estar en la misma.
High ground.
Yo sé, pero... Bueno, construimos.
Los hay encerrados. Acá construir una base.
Va. Hacerla de 2 pisos, hacerla de 2 pisos. Va. ¿Para qué me cubrís, man? Es que ponerte así, madre. Si te pones así, te van a parar un paso.
Es que yo no me quedo ahí.
Hay gente en la montaña. ¿La estás viendo? Ay. Ahí está, no veis. Cayó un vato. Acabo de laitear. No mucho, pero algo. Tienen heavy, ya sabemos. Ya deja de asomar porque te pegan con el heavy.
Hay uno arriba en esa caminita.
No asomes, güey, que hay un heavy. ¿A qué más de allá lo van a ayudar? No, estoy un torpedo. Me mató. Me va a rematar al amigo se puede. Bueno. ¿Lo mataste? Bueno. Ahí viene Iron. Iron se metió, Iron. Men, ¿cómo no te vas a fijar que se metió?
Loco, lo estoy manteniendo como un truco.
¿Cómo no te vas a fijar que se metió, man? Dale, yo venía.
Ay, cheque, no.
No mames. Me quedan fucking 36 puntos, man. No.
Elite gets picked off another elimination heading their way, and look at this, they're just looking to confirm eliminations, beam players as they can while being as safe as possible, because look at all the resources they've got available to them. Shadow bombs, chug splashes, the combat minis, they've got it all. They're looking to make this, Bala.
It's kind of crazy. I actually thought that he had an infantry rifle in his hands, but no, it's actually a heavy.
No, voy a jugar esto para ir a sala. Shit.